Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Rhonda Pierce with SCHMETZ Home Sewing Machine Needles, and welcome. I'm at Stitchin Heaven in Quitman, Texas, and I'm delighted to be here today. The crew is setting up for the Sewing Expo here in their huge warehouse in a small community called Quitman. And even though it's a small community, let me tell you, there are quilters from all over the region that are being bussed in, driving, and coming in for a really wonderful sewing event. This is my third year to be here, and I'm just delighted that I'm invited and that people still want to know about the hardest working 2-inch piece of steel in their sewing machine, the SCHMETZ needle. So before I bring on my special guest, I just want to go over a few things. Last month we had a special winner, and that was Shirley Ponder from Mississippi. She answered the mystery question of what holiday gift was she working on for this year, and my goodness, Shirley, I think you're a power sewist. Shirley was making gifts for her sewing guild. She was making cork book covers and scrap sack too, and pin cushions and all kinds of things. And yes, she was using SCHMETZ needles. So thank you, Shirley. Shirley received a wonderful giveaway, and guess what? We've got another giveaway here today, and I'll have that mystery question for you soon. So stay tuned. A few housekeeping things. As you come on, I see people are starting to come on board. Tell me where you're from, what city or state, or what country you're from, and tell us what you're actually sewing. Maybe you're working on a quilt. Maybe you're like Shirley and you're making book covers or little scrap sacks. Doesn't matter. Over the past couple months, we've had people working on wedding dresses, baby quilts, kites, all kinds of different things. So let us know where you're from and what your sewing project is. So, gosh, I've just got 2 more in-person classes this year, and I'm delighted to say that this year I've given 33 in-person classes, and since 2024 have given 434 virtual presentations throughout North America, Europe, etc. So I'm glad to be here in person in Texas. Now, how many of you received the SCHMETZ newsletter? Right here it is. And you know what? I'm going to be going through this in a few minutes, but let's just talk a little bit first about the SCHMETZ needle point, because I've been getting emails from some of you saying, hey, the SCHMETZ needle chip has changed. And yes, it has. They are not knockoffs. But the little plastic chip that your SCHMETZ needles are on, that you find at your local sewing machine dealer, your quilt shop, fabric store, etc., is changing. And the size of the needle is changing. So I don't have a pack of needles right here, but I just want to bring to your attention that the size of the needle has been repositioned in a vertical position over the middle needle. So you'll start to see that change rolling out right now. And I'll be right up front with you. I don't like it. And guess what? I've told SCHMETZ Germany in person and again in writing. And so I've been told that SCHMETZ, because they're working with the consumers, they will be changing that back to a horizontal position. But you know what? It's going to be 2 to 3 years before that change takes place. So when you go to your local quilt shop, fabric store, etc., and you see the chip is just a little bit different, don't be alarmed. Okay, so let's get right down to business, and I want to bring on some special guests. And don't you love the background right here? And I think you might be able to read, it says, "So Well" with Rhonda Pierce. And oh my gosh, who do we have right here?
Hey Rhonda, how's it
Hey
going?
there. Oh,
what do you think
my.
Oh, help me out, would you?
Yes, let me help you out. I love your hat.
Thank you very much. I just grabbed it, and I'm not so sure it's secure. My glasses are getting pushed down, but it's great to see everybody out there nonetheless. How's everyone doing today?
Yes, Rob Appel. Now, Rob, okay, you've got some quilts behind us.
Yes.
What's this about?
Well, okay, so just to dive right into it, and wait, I can't dive right into it. Rhonda, we got to talk about your coat real quick. So I am doing a Wonka theme virtual quilt along, and the virtual quilt along will be in April, and we're going to do a retreat where we go visit the Lindale Candy Shop in August, because it's like I think they've been open since the early 1900s,
Oh
and
my
they make all the
God.
candy in the window. It's going to be great. It's like Deb says, it was awesome.
And where is this, in Texas?
Yes, the retreat will happen here in Texas, and it's not a mystery like we normally do, but this one's going to be the actual, and we're going to do golden tickets so you can win an opportunity to attend the retreat on us. So,
Awesome.
So folks, I just borrowed this super cool steampunk Wonka version of the hat, right?
Love it.
And then when Rhonda came in today, she was wearing this beautiful coat that is also kind of steampunk in style. So Rhonda, tell me about the coat I'm wearing.
Well, you know what? Last week I was at a full week sewing retreat with my friends Rita Farrow, Deanna Springer of Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio, and Mary Malari. Mm-hmm. And one of my sewing projects was this coat. This is a Talbot's coat that I haven't worn in years. And the great news is it still fits. And like last year, I had some of Grandma's handmade, exquisitely made doilies, and I thought, you know what, let me just embellish this. So I used 2 different doilies here, you know what, I'll talk more about these doilies and how I selected and how I attached them to the collar and the shoulder and also to the cuffs. So our next SCHMETZ Snippet will be the first Wednesday of next month, which is January 1st. And I'm going to talk about the sewing projects that I did, which includes that wonderful coat that I actually wore today because you know what? At 3 o'clock this morning in Chicago, it was darn cold.
Right? 3 a.m., is that what it took you to get here? We are so blessed, folks, to have all of these amazing presenters, educators, designers, manufacturers, sewing companies here with us.
Okay, so Rob, tell us a little bit about the Sewing Expo that we're at here today.
Okay, so this is our 3rd annual Sewing Expo. We've been always having it kind of this first weekend in December, and it's kind of an it's open to the public, but it's kind of an experience like when we get to go to Quilt Market, right? And we're going to get to, like I was starting to say, there's a lot of vendors that are here. There is new product that you can kind of come along and discover. We're going to do what we call Make It and Take It, which would be something that you can come along. You're going to get a quick little class. You sit down and sew on something, and then you take it home with you. We're doing demonstrations, like I'll be talking about the benefits of using a straight stitch machine for both piecing and quilting. Tiffany's going to be talking a lot about her Splice Magic, her new quilts, lots of those things. Carolina Moore is going to be here. Tina Louder is going to be here. We just have a lot of wonderful presenters, and then like all of the different companies that'll be available. You can go through like Island Boutique, Timeless Treasures, the fabric companies, and see a little bit of the process, talk to them. It's just a really fun experience. So many of you all out there hear about the experiences we get to do as professionals, industry insiders, right? But this is kind of our way of trying to present to all of you the fun we get to have together. And I mean, come on, you know how much fun we get when we start.
Oh, yes.
When the creative energy starts flowing, it is just a hoot around here. So yeah, it's something we also opened up a giant warehouse a couple of years ago, and the paint had just finished drying. We wanted to throw a party, Deb likes to throw a party. And so that's how it kind of came to be. And it's just been a lot of fun. It grows every year. We have more and more. We're doing a movie theme this year. We have a lot of great places for folks to kind of rest.
I saw, is there a movie theater here?
Yes, we have a theater set up upstairs, and I believe, even though I voted that we play Charlie and the Chocolate Factory over again, I believe we're going to be doing some wonderful Hallmark Christmas-style movies, which I also thought maybe like Elf would be appropriate. But again, we're just having fun. Next year, we might actually do it a little differently. early, so I just said it's always the first weekend in December. But we might actually combine it with our outdoor quilt show that we do.
Oh, what month is that?
That's normally in October.
Oh,
so
okay.
it'll probably still be a fourth quarter event, so keep posted. But it's
Yes.
just a really great way for all of you folks to come out and just participate and get to meet a lot of the folks that you see on the selvages and you see on the, published by or written by and all of it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm obviously wound up.
It's a lot of fun, lots of wonderful talent here, all concentrated into this one, well, actually 3 buildings that we've got here. Now, Rob, what about this other quilt that you've got here?
This one here is a fun project. This was a strip piece tumbling blocks that I created. And this one I made as the backdrop set. One day we were going live. My friend here, Anita, was trying to go live, and I thought it would be much more distracting if I was trying to sew in the background the whole time and distract all the viewers. So I've used this as just a fun, wild, and crazy backdrop. With my new fabric line, New and Newer Worlds, it's by Benartex. It's just a lot of color. So this is, do I get to show a quilt real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Here, I'll just grab this one because it has a bunch of the bright colors and things that you can see in it. So, and they're all geometrics. Yeah, hold it up nice and close. They're all these little geometrics. And then...
How big are these blocks, Rob?
I don't know. 2-inch squares. It was strip pieced as well, for the most part. This was actually one of the blocks that I recycled from the mystery quilt last year.
Oh.
Usually our mystery quilts
Okay.
have 2 blocks or more in them. And a lot of times I'll take one of the blocks later and keep making quilts out of it. So that's what happened here.
Okay, now, Rob, I have to ask,
Yes.
when you sew, what's your favorite needle?
Okay, now this has changed, folks. I have heard Rhonda's presentation at least 3 times in the last 3 years, and we've hosted your class virtually here.
Yes, we have.
I probably have heard it 6 times total. For most of the time, I had been a Microtex
Yes.
or Sharps 8012.
Okay.
Fusible web, it pierces quickly, it has a smaller eye so the threads stay secure.
Yeah.
I'm often on a front load or side load bobbin machine. I like the security of my threads, the way that everything's held in place. But and folks, this is what I learned from Rhonda, is I used to kind of discredit the universal needle.
Okay.
Right? But as you explained it, it is really a great needle for so many things, hence the universal title.
Yeah.
So they actually seem to last a little bit longer
Right.
than the Sharps or the Microtex
Right.
when going through all of those dense fibers, because my fusible web is going to tighten up the weave of the fabric, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's just going to brutalize the tip of that needle as it tries to go through over and over again. She's got great slides. She'll show you these needles that are just chewed up on the end at like 100% magnification.
He has
Oh,
attended my class
this is cool
before.
stuff. I'm a total techie. I love this stuff. So I actually now am using more universals. They're a bit more affordable. And then when it needs to be, then I jump up into our specialty needles.
Right. So when you're looking for precision,
Yeah.
that Microtex 8012 is really an awesome needle. Oh, and by the way, I just happen to have a needle here because the Microtex has a very slim, acute point, so you get really clean, precise stitches. But as Rob says, the Microtex is going to dull quicker than any other needle type. So, you know what? When you sew, when you quilt, you've got choices. And certainly Universal, Microtex, and a few others are a couple of your choices to make. So awesome. Now, okay, Rob, how can people follow you or your website? How do people get
Right
in
here at
touch with
Stitchin
you?
Heaven, really. I mean,
Okay.
yes, I still have all the Rob Appel stuff that's out there, but Stitchin Heaven's my passion. This is where I'm at. And so, yeah, StitchinHeaven.com, the YouTube channel on, I almost said YouTube channel on YouTube. They actually have several YouTube channels now on YouTube. And it is Stitchin Heaven also. We call the show so well, but it's really under the Stitchin Heaven. And then the best place to find me in the very near future will be on New Year's Day.
Yes, what's happening on New Year's Day?
New Year's Day, my dear friend Tiffany Hayes and I.
Here, step over here.
Okay, you want me over here? Let me just move that quilt out of the way. Okay, so here comes my dear friend Tiffany Hayes and
Woo,
I.
Tiffany.
Do a mystery quilt sew along or mystery quilt along on New Year's Day. We'll also do it again this year on New Year's Day. We have a soup recipe, and it's a wonderful sew along. Goes for 4 or 5 hours. We don't expect you to do anything other than laugh and smile. Maybe you will win a prize, something like that. Tiffany designs a beautiful quilt every year, and I get to just be along for the fun. So maybe I should give you the microphone. Let you take over from here, huh, boss?
And like that, exit.
Exit. Stage left.
Tiffany, welcome.
Thank you.
And you know what? We've got Rob's quilts here in the back, but let me just adjust the screen a little bit because, oh my, Tiffany has a few quilts in the background here too. So you're going to look right there. Okay, so what's going on with your quilts?
With my
Tiffany?
quilts, well, this one, if I duck out of the way, you can see she's a beautiful Highland cow. And it's just a simple panel, but it makes an impressive quilt. And who doesn't love a Highland cow?
Yeah.
Right?
I love them. I love them. I
'em.
haven't seen one yet on this trip.
Okay.
But this morning, driving from the Dallas Love Airport, I did see some long arms.
Long arms. You saw long arms on the way here?
I saw longhorn cattle.
That's funny. Are we growing long arms out in the fields now?
Easy to feed with thread.
Right. Let's see. The other one behind me is called Churn, 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 and that was a past New Year's quilt. I did that one before I teamed up with Rob. I did a New Year's by myself.
Okay.
And so that was the second annual one. And so that is actually from a book.
Which book is that?
That's Splice Magic.
Okay,
Shall
let's
I
show
hold it?
that.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Let me get it right up close. Splash magic.
Splice.
Splice magic.
Yes.
Maybe I've been up too early today.
Maybe.
Longhorn, long arms, splice. Okay, splice magic.
Yes.
Okay.
It has a technique in this book where I had figured out how to put two squares together. I mean, two 5-inch squares. We can use any size. And then I have a certain way that I stitch it, a certain way that I cut it, and then I trim down, and I end up with, when I start with a 5-inch square, I end up with a finished 4-inch half square triangle and two finished 2-inch half square triangles.
Oh, okay.
So everything in my book is made from that technique.
So math made easy.
Math made easy. Absolutely.
I just happen to be a big fan of half square triangles.
I have a whole book of half square triangles.
Amazing.
Yes. Well, I'm right here. This is the demo section where both Rob and Tiffany will be live for the next 3 days.
Yes.
And wow, Tiffany has so many quilts. Do you want to just show a few?
Sure.
Now,
Sure.
how many quilts do you design every year?
Oh,
Have you-
probably close to 50. I write
50
about 50
quilts.
patterns a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I might take a little hiatus next year. I
Yeah,
might give
yeah.
myself a little vacation.
Plus, Tiffany, don't you do a lot of cruising?
I do. Usually about 2 a year.
Okay.
2 cruises a year.
And is that through Stitchin Heaven?
Through
too?
Stitchin
Okay.
Heaven. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I live
Awesome.
about 10 minutes away now. We moved close by so that I could be close and
Yes.
be able not have to travel. Rob travels to get here. I just moved.
Well, it's funny. When I invited Tiffany to be here today, I sent an email to Tiffany at Stitchin Heaven. And guess what? It bounced back.
Tiffany doesn't officially work
Doesn't
at Stitchin
officially
Heaven.
work. But what's your website and the name of your pattern company? Let's clarify that.
Okay, my pattern company is Needle in a Haze Stack. My last name is Hayes, Hayes.
Okay.
So my website is needleinahaze.biz.
Okay.
There's a whole story behind that.
Yeah.
We don't need to do that one now.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But even if you can't find me that way, you can find me through Stitchin Heaven on their website, or you can just Google Tiffany Hayes, and there's just 2 of us, and you'll figure out which one's the quilter.
Awesome. All right, let's show maybe 2 favorite quilts.
Oh, 2 favorite quilts. All right. Let's see. I have a brand. No, where do I want to go?
So many choices. You should see. There's probably 30 plus quilts piled here.
Close. This is one that I'm an ombre girl as well, and so this is from the book, but it is made with ombre fabrics, and so it shows. I don't know, where can I point? Here is a large half square triangle, and here are the 2 small half square triangles. We put them together, and that makes half a heart. So
clever.
everything in the book is made with that.
And that's this
collection.
one here?
Yep.
Okay, so let me just hold this up. So you're going to want to make sure that you get this book, Splice Magic, and you should start on a heart quilt right now for Valentine's. Yes.
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right,
see, what
one
else do
more.
I have? One more? Let's see. How about we do Rob's version? These are Rob's fabrics.
Okay.
But he did one of the quilts from the book, but he's just got it way more colorful than it is
boy.
actually in the book.
Definitely.
Because Rob is full of color.
Yeah, Rob is colorful.
Rob is colorful.
And what's the name of this pattern?
I think this one is Synergy, and it's in the book.
Okay.
It's one of the quilts in the book.
Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
So,
When's your next cruise?
August.
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 But what you want to do is on New Year's Day, right?
Yes.
So Tiffany and Rob will be live, and they'll find you at stitchinheaven.com.
You can start there. We will be live on YouTube, but you'll want to sign up through stitchinheaven.com. It's free to sign up. There were kits, but I think the kits are either sold out or they're not. We had pre-cut kits, but I believe there may only be a couple pre-cut kits in Rob's colorway left. But you can pull from your stash, and you can just sew with us all day long. And you're going to have a mystery quilt. And let's see, we will give out prizes. Rob and I do this fun thing where I'm Team Tiffany, he's Team Rob. Rob is, what is Rob? I'm a passion for precision, and Rob is the carefree quilter. So we show both ways to make all the blocks and all the pieces. And so we just have fun.
Okay, well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And I will be seeing you on the show floor for the next 3
3
days.
days.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thanks, Tiffany. Okay, well, I've got one more special guest here today.
and hello, Christy.
So introduce yourself and your fabric line. And I love these fabrics. Okay.
So I'm Kristen Cook. I work for Island Batik.
Island Batik. How many of you like to sew with batiks? I love sewing with batiks. Okay.
I think they're absolutely gorgeous. We've got a lot of them here today. But I've been with the company for, 15 years almost.
Okay.
Not quite. It's just a great company to work for. The fabric is absolutely beautiful. And we just have it. It's so vibrant and colorful. And I
Well,
just love
and
it.
we have a sample. We've got several samples here, and I must say, your purple nails are spectacular against these blues. Let's show this quilt right here.
So this one is it's a bed runner actually.
Oh, okay.
It's made with the Turtle Cove collection that's designed by Kathy Engel.
Okay.
And it's just a beautiful color combination. This particular quilt is called Move Over.
Yes.
It's a bed runner designed by Carrie Nichols of Quilting Renditions. And we have that pattern here. We have all of the fabrics. The reason why I brought this Turtle Cove project is because we have all of the bolts here.
Okay.
And so somebody that's here for this expo can buy the fabrics and make this project.
Absolutely.
And there's another one in the booth also called Exclamation with the same Turtle Cove
Okay.
fabrics.
Fantastic. I love all those blues and so rich looking.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you know, the little sea turtles are so popular right now.
Oh, I didn't.
So there
Oh,
are,
okay.
yeah.
Now I see them. Yeah. Let's see if we can get one up here. The screen is so small. Oh, here. I think this is it right here. Little sea turtles. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. What else do you have here?
So I also have another quilt called Charlotte, and this is made with the Flower Pot collection.
Oh, cute name.
And this is the Charlotte quilt.
All right.
And this one pattern makes this huge quilt. See how it zigzags? So it makes this huge quilt, but this one pattern also makes this quilt here.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So you're just changing your points.
And so this is the bonus quilt that the one pattern makes.
Okay.
This bonus quilt is called Lydia.
And you can see in the center it's got a giant pinwheel.
Or at least that's what I'll call it, a pinwheel.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And so one of the things that this is made with a strip pack, and a strip pack, these are how we package our strip packs. This is not the same collection, but this is the 2.5-inch strip by width of fabric. So this quilt and the quilt that's on the front of the pattern are made with one strip pack,
Okay.
and a couple little additional fabrics like our solid black
Okay.
is also needed for this, for these.
So these strip packs, oh my gosh, it makes fabric selection so much easier. So I'm guessing that if you're not here this weekend at Stitchin Heaven, that they can probably order this online through Stitchin Heaven.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you guess?
Yes, yes, we
Yeah,
have that.
yeah.
They have all of the strip packs, and we also have stacks. So these are 10-inch squares. This one is called Geometrica, designed by Jerry Kiev. And we also have the 10-inch squares, we call them stacks. So they're all here to purchase,
Okay.
but they also are available to be bought online through Stitchin Heaven.
Okay, fantastic.
And all of the projects that we have here this weekend are made with either a strip pack or a stack.
Okay.
So it makes it really, really easy.
Well, you know what? The holidays are coming. Some of us are in a time pinch trying to get Christmas and holiday gifts done. So this would be a great way, just at least to have all the strips already cut and the fabric selection already made. So I know that would be a huge time saver for me.
Absolutely. But you know, the other thing too is that this is a great gift. You can get the strip pack and
Right,
the
right,
pattern
right.
and just buy it, and that would be a great gift for someone.
So I know a lot of you belong to guilds and you like to do gift exchanges, so I absolutely agree. These would be fantastic. Wrap it or not, at least put a ribbon, a bow on it, and you're ready. Anybody would want it, including me. Okay, did you want to show another quilt?
I have one more that I
Okay.
want to show, or one more collection. And this one I wanted to show to you because is this your first? This is fabric designed by Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
You just met Tiffany.
Yeah.
So this is upside down, I think. So this is fabric that is designed by Tiffany. It's called Earthy Enchantment.
Awesome.
And she designed this fabric, and this is one of her patterns. But I had to show it because it is just lovely, and it's got some beautiful purples and burgundies and golds. And this is just
I
her
love
first
the
collection
colors.
with Island Batik, so we're excited about that.
I love the colors, and then with the contrast of the cream tone on tone, it makes these rich autumn colors just really pop even more. So, thank you, Tiffany, for designing this fabric
Yes.
for Island Batik. Okay, and if people want to learn more about Island Batik fabrics, what's your website?
It's just islandbatik.com, and it has all of our fabrics that we offer for sale. It has a link to our blog. It has a link to our catalogs. So it's just really a fun website to get creative with, to
Very
get some
colorful.
ideas.
And I'll also just add that yesterday, Island Batik has new ambassadors
Yes.
for 2025, and so yesterday I just sent out some favorite SCHMETZ needles. I, of course, included my favorite, which is Microtex 8012, that I like to use when I'm sewing on batiks. And
That's
there's
wonderful.
a few other needle types in there to play with too. So
I know they'll be excited to get those.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
always happy to see the ambassadors. So, all right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for being here today.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's just scoot along and let's see what other information do I have. Okay, I know you're all waiting for the mystery question. In the newsletter, I think you saw a picture of the giveaway. So I'll just hold that up really quick. So lots of goodies that you'll want for the holidays, or maybe you'll want to share with your sewing buddies. So how do you win this giveaway? In order to win, you have to answer this question in the chat below. The question is, what sewing or quilting gift do you want to receive this holiday season? So, not sewing for others, but what sewing or quilting gift do you want to receive this holiday season? So go ahead and put that in the chat, and then Paul will be selecting a winner before we're done here today. And Evelyn, hello, I see my neighbor Evelyn came on board just a few minutes ago. So yes, I'm in Quitman, Texas, right here. So let me see. So our giveaway today includes Shannon Fabrics, a pattern from Mary Malari, Quilt Tony. There's notions from Taylor Seville. There's thread from Metler, an eco-friendly thread called Scanfill. Let me see, what else do we have? Oh, Amy Berrickman has a treasured threads item, plus Aurifil thread. So lots of goodies. There's a Grab It My Pad needle organizer. Oh, Rob, if you have a minute, I've got one more thing I want to run by you.
I know, right?
Okay, Rob.
Yes.
Do you remember that last year when I was here at Stitchin Heaven, you gave me a gift? Something that you made was not a quilt, but it was wood. So last year, Rob gave me a handmade, beautifully finished seam ripper and all.
Right.
And I used that. I used them both.
I'm so glad you're using it.
Okay,
That's
now
great.
wait. So, this holiday season, here's
Right.
my segue.
Right.
We've got the SCHMETZ Stein. So, you could use it as a flower vase. You could certainly drink from it. But you know what? I'm using it for my scissors. You're a seam ripper, your
Right,
awl,
right,
etc.
right.
So these are available on our website, and there was a little picture in our newsletter, I think. Let's see, let me find it here.
You got to take it to Germany and get the right photos made
Yeah.
with it?
Here, this picture was actually taken in my own sewing room, right there next to my sewing machine. So it's got the yellow Grab It there, but then you can see the SCHMETZ Stein with scissors and the marking tools, and then my sewing supervisor, which is that punch needle unicorn.
Right.
So anyway, I wanted to say thank you that I do use your awl and the mechanical pencil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad
So
you're using
thank
it.
you. Yeah,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Okay, just had to get that in. So last week I was at a sewing retreat in Iowa. I think I mentioned that. And so everybody received the SCHMETZ Stein. So you can get these for your friends also, or maybe for yourself. And right now we're shipping them with, I believe it's 3 packs of SCHMETZ needles. So keep that in mind. It's a wonderful gift. You'll just find it at SCHMETZneedles.com right on the home page. All right. Let me see here. So I'm giving 2 lectures this weekend here at Stitchin Heaven. And so I'm excited for that. If you saw the newsletter, we do have a few closeouts, or we've got some feet, some spring needles, and a couple other items that we're clearing out of our warehouse before inventory. So the needles, maybe the card is damaged or torn, but the needles are fine. So you can save a little bit of money by buying those, if there are any left. Usually when we offer those clearance items, they sell lickety-split. So also in the newsletter, I had Levita Nichols' Junk Jeans book. And, you know, Levita from North Dakota, she was really ahead of the curve with upcycling and recycling garments. And so she has this book that she published, 2007, and she was cleaning out over 3,000 pairs of denim jeans that she collected over the years, and she found her book. So if you try to order this the same day that our newsletter went out, it had a $20 price on it, but she sent email to say that she's marked it down to $5. So, and when she deals with recycling denim or jeans, she uses a drill. So you can learn about how she uses that drill to upcycle her jeans. So give that a try. This afternoon, there are textile talks that are going on, although I think those started at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so you probably just get in on the end of it. All right. Let me see. I'm just waiting for Paul to give us a winner from today. Next, January 1st is the first Wednesday of January. So, you know, we talked in the office, should I go live on New Year's Day or should I just completely take that day off? And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do the SCHMETZ Snippet live on Wednesday, January 1st at noon Central Time. I'm going to be in my home sewing room, and I'm going to be showing you some of the projects that I did last week in Iowa at my personal sewing retreat with my friends Mary, Deanna, and Rita. So I think people are really curious about the coat that Rob was modeling earlier, my Talbot's coat that I trimmed in doilies. So, okay. Anita says I should take a break. And you know what? In the end of January, I am taking a break. And I'm actually going on a cruise with some sorority friends that I haven't seen in probably decades. So I hope we recognize each other. All right, let's see. While I'm waiting for the winner to be named, are there any questions, any SCHMETZ needle questions that I can answer? Let me see. Let me just go through and see if Anita says we all need more SCHMETZ needles in our Christmas stockings. So you're absolutely right. Oh, Shirley says that she would like a brother scan and cut. Well, yeah, lots of us would. And Shirley was our winner last month. Anita says, oh, use the mug to hold your tools, like a little rolling caddy. Oh, yeah, so you could put this next to your sewing machine with your scissors and your marking tools, and then you could move it to your ironing board and then to your easy chair when you're working on some handwork. All right. Stephanie says that she'd like to receive a warm quilt with wonderful designs on it from relatives, that recently bought a long arm machine. Well, don't we wish we all had relatives that had long arm machines that would quilt for us? I'm guessing that most of us are pretty generous in creating gifts for others, but you know what? It's nice to receive also. Kathleen, hello. Yes, Kathleen says she wants SCHMETZ needles. Patty would like a Shannon Cuddle kit. So, yeah. She loves working with Minky. Me too. I think I'm the queen of Minky and Cuddle fabric. Nancy, Nancy wants long arm needles and a bobbin holder for her long arm machine. So for the long arm machines, they generally have that jumbo bobbin, and so we do have the jumbo grab it bobbin saver. It's available either in the donut shape or also in the square shape. So there is a jumbo bobbin saver square and also the original circle. All right. Darlene's wanting a rolling tote so she can take her machine for Quilt of Valor sewing days. Yes, and also to classes. Now, Robbie, you have a good idea. A gift certificate from your local quilt shop. There you go. Then everything is game for Christmas. Patrick would like a quilted table runner with a Christmas theme. Yeah, that sounds good. Lisa's looking for a cutting mat. Awesome. All right, so to win today's giveaway, you have to answer, what sewing or quilting gift do you want to receive this holiday? So, let me see. What were some of the other... some of the comments from last month while I wait for Paul. let's see, needles. Oh, check my phone. I'm checking. Let me check my email. Let me see if we've got her. Oh, okay. Oh, our winner today is Lisa Lindsay. She'd like to receive the large cutting mat and a new travel iron. Well, Lisa, congratulations on winning today's SCHMETZ Snippet giveaway. To receive it, you need to send your shipping address to info@smetsneedles.com. info@smetsneedles.com, and we'll get that shipped out to you. So congratulations to Lisa Lindsay. And let me see, are there any other questions before I log out? So, again, I'm at Stitchin Heaven in Quitman, Texas, and so today is setup day, and I'm going to go out into the warehouse and see where all my SCHMETZ needle bundles are. I'm giving classes tomorrow at 10:15 and also on Thursday afternoon at 2:15. So if you're in the area, I'd love to see you here in class. So, all right. So, I want to encourage you to get all your sewing projects done before the end of the year. Remember, SCHMETZ needles, they don't last forever. They do get dull with use, so you need to have a little stash of needles handy. So enjoy the upcoming holidays, and I'll see you again on New Year's Day, January 1st. So SCHMETZ, everybody.